shortly.
Decay flashbanged. As I see peeking in the corner of the chat that nobody ever pays attention to seriously, that would be YouTube chat. Speaking of things that people don't pay attention to, the Ecopoint podcast. Hey everyone. How's it going?
Oh, we're recording. Titans time, Force of Nature, baby.
Woo, Force of Nature. How's that going for you? May 7th.
It's going splendid. May 7th. I told you, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Truth. What we're looking at here was from week 2 of Overwatch League Day 3, and this was a match that tells the story.
One of the matches of all time.
One of the matches. If you're sugar free, and if you're Lee J gone, on two completely different ends of this. Lenny season has quite well and truly arrived. And this wasn't even their first win, right? Their last win was against
Valiant.
The Valiant. And even
that's not a win, that's a show match.
You know, I think it's funny to look back and realize that on paper, the Valiant took Titans closer than the Uprising.
Whoa.
When you look at look at the match scores.
Huh?
When you look at the match scores,
oh wait, you're right.
like,
You're actually so right.
You actually want me to...
The Valiant looks more competitive than the Uprising. That's so funny.
Yeah, what I keep telling y'all about this so-called super team, they were gonna boom.
They're budget Korean superstar.
The budget Korean superstar, sugar free, one and only.
There was no one else on Earth called Sugar Free. No one else, just him.
That's true.
How about this season so far? We're week 3 into a couple games. We're starting to close out the format for the East, and we've still got a few more matches left in the West. But just looking at the map differential, I think we got a good clear cut of who's made it out on top. And yet we're having so much fun down here. Everything down here is a party.
It's a mess.
Oh yeah, Valen yet to get their first win. That would be a correction I need to make in my head. Vegas Eternal had one hell of a game against the London Spitfire. Does anyone want to bring up what exactly happened there?
London and New York was the first times that Vegas has ever looked competitive.
They did. They certainly did. Let's look at that schedule.
All it took was Fitz on support.
Fitz on support?
Yeah,
not just support. Anna.
They subbed out Lep for Fitz.
We need to practice our double flex support. Let's not put in our other flex support. But
you lost me. I'm in shambles. How did Los Angeles Valiant go 2-3 against Florida?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Nosme is the GOAT. What can I say?
Oh my.
Seeker did seeking.
Seeker seeked.
Crowy, I guess, might have played Overwatch. I don't know.
He was playing a video
might have been
game.
playing Overwatch. I couldn't tell.
They took map 1 in the pool.
They took map 1 convincingly, it appears, as well.
Yeah, you know what they say. There's a couple of Overwatch League urban myths that go around that have been regularly broken. And the first team that wins control loses.
That's true.
It was, yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, just
well, if that's the case, why does Shanghai just keep losing?
I mean, I don't know. Ask the Seoul Dynasty.
No, don't even ask
won
them.
A game?
Tell me, I had a little bit of research myself onto this because someone else brought it up. That's, I think, Dallas has never won or wore a away team skin during any of the regular season matches up to this point. The only way I can
it's the other way around.
Is it? They've always been wearing home team skins.
They only run away and not home. They've only run away skins the entire
that's
season.
What I said.
No, you said they've only worn home.
Oh yeah, and then Shanghai has actually been the opposite. They've always been wearing home team skins despite playing against Korean teams. They're always wearing away team skins. What on earth am I looking at? I don't even want to go to that footage. I still want to I need a breakdown here because I think I was breaking down when I looked at my prids, and this did not become
Aspire has no
Boston
business
3-0.
being alive with that dragon, by the way. He was standing in the middle of it. He just survived.
Oh god, Sans, help me out here. What happened? Did you just have the
Overwatch?
foresight of an oracle? You predicted this on May 7th. Was it just the date? Lesser number, but
I have been predicting this Titans victory since like December, January.
When does Boston first like put out their roster?
Yeah, I think I predicted this before Twilight and Kalios joined. That this team would just boom immensely. And everything that's been happening ever since, including the signing of a certain coach with a potentially questionable at best record, has all just been.
With the letter J and rhymes with mindset.
That's
it starts with a J and ends with idset.
You couldn't make it any more obvious, could you?
No.
Yeah.
John Shitset. You love to see him.
John Set.
His name was not John Cena. No. He wasn't capable.
No. Everything that the uprising has just been going through has just been further proving my so-called hot take correct. You know, like, granted, they started well here, but as soon as they lose, like, the first round, or, like, the next round, they just boom. And, like, this team actually has pieces that are, like, really good. Like, I saw I think it was Rialto, on Boston's attack on Rialto. Birdring got a free K. You know, on
was he playing Hanzo?
Start of the point. No, he was playing Widow.
Oh.
He got a free K as Widow, and his team still got full held. Now, if that happened to me, I would be requesting a transfer.
I'd be requesting a trade to get me off this team.
Yeah, because that is... Not only is that borderline unacceptable from my teammates, but it would also be borderline unacceptable from the management to allow this to continue. You know, and like this management has been, if the rumors of Jidset being on the justice for like the past 2 years are true, this management has been known to kill talent for 2 years in a row, and they're just doing it again. That's all my prediction was based off of. And it's correct.
It's a good thing Decay was most likely going to retire after this year as it stood. I feel like a lot of players who've been in the league for a while are probably just going to retire after this year, unless it actually looks promising to stay. We get some ridiculous offer.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to picture in my head, has Punk upgraded, or is just everybody in the team just kind of got together with their coach actually able to deliver? Because I think that's what happened with New York Excelsior. It's really just a coaching diff. There seems to be like a massive spec bump when A, you get to play with your favorite coach, versus B, where you have an assistant coach that's dragging the team down. Because I think individually none of these players have been purposely thrown. They're just actually playing their best and switching to their comfort picks at the last second, and that still didn't deliver any win on any of the maps that they're playing. Of course, across the board, scores, but not the actual win. It's kind of crazy coming from Boston.
Yeah, I mean, people can blame Kalios all they want, because of Smurf being the GOAT. But, like, Smurf wasn't playing his best in the map that he played either. It's just the whole team, like, being good on paper, but they're just being so disgusting.
Being good on paper doesn't mean anything.
I think all of these players individually, if they were put onto like another team, like say for an example, you have Smurf on the Dallas Fuel, he's gonna pop off, isn't he?
Say for example, you have last year's Dallas coaching, was pretty much what they have now, Russian aid to keep Rascal, of course, and then you just take the entire Boston roster that they've gone and signed. Dallas would not be 2 and 3 or whatever they are right now. Yeah.
Well, the entire Boston roster and like replace Striker with Sparkle. And then,
oh god, that's terrifying. That's
you
terrifying.
Do you want to keep Striker, or do you want to give him a chance to come back?
No.
Neither scenario necessarily seem favorable, but to him, he gets a chance to come back. He might just be at the Shock end of the season. Not even in the season, maybe after mid-season he returns to the Shock.
No.
Why would be a running gag for the decade.
They have 2 Tracer players. You know, there's not going to be a triple Tracer meta.
Not with that attitude.
Oh. Well, my letters to the Overwatch League to remove the hero limit in professional play.
You have to remember that Echo Tracer is now a decent comp to run, at least on the current patch, which means that you can technically have 4 Tracers running around.
Bro, I'm just looking at this gameplay, and I have to vouch.
Both Echoes duplicate a Tracer. You have 4 Tracers running around the map at once.
And since when did Titans decide to go basically the APAC comp with the Gongo Chargers being able to use Tracer and Hanzo? You replace Jimmy with Spire.
I necessarily wouldn't call it the APAC comp. That's just the dive comp that you run on this map.
Yeah, it's a dive.
It's just the Rialto comp, if anything.
Yeah, it is.
Hanzo can kind of just be interchangeable with like Widow or Ashe, depending on comfort and, of course, like area of the map. Maybe.
I thought this was actually a map-specific dive comp, because I see a lot of the D.Va play or Sigma that got used.
There's a ton of D.Va play on this map.
Yeah, for this one in particular, I think this goes back to the days in the Overwatch World Cup in 2019 when our first Overwatch League players competing in the World Cup, and you had Team Finland versus South Korea, and you get Zappers playing like a 5k bomb onto South Korea with a grab. That, you know, Goat's era really kicking it.
Zadia World Cup!
Zadia World Cup! Oh, look at the Spider's Dragon getting eaten. See, Kalios was doing so much.
Get a Spider's Dragon.
That was just a good play from Kalios. That wasn't
me when I hold right click as D.Va in a general direction.
Yeah, but he ate it through
I
the
just
wall.
noticed all the charms that they have on their weapon bows.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Oh, shit, yeah, he's got a lucky cat.
Yeah, lucky cat.
I would figure they would just have the team charms on, but no.
Some do. Like, you've got here with Decay.
Yeah, Decay's got
he doesn't have the gold one, though. I've seen some of the pro players have gold.
No one has the gold one.
No, I am not disillusioned. There is somebody out there with a gold one in some of these pro matches.
Like in Owl?
Yeah, somebody in Owl. No one's paid attention to.
I mean, OPR accounts sort of every cosmetic unlock, even things that like normal people are probably not gonna have access to for a really long time, but are still in the hero gallery, like those charms.
You don't know how many people have been farming tokens just to make buying L tokens cheaper. They might have been adding both real money on top of the watch time of the game to help.
Well, we don't know how to actually get the charms is the thing. But they have it unlocked since it's an OPR account. They just have every cosmetic.
That may indeed be the case. Let me see. Was there any Genji that was played on the next map? Because I definitely remember seeing.
That's not Genji.
That ain't Genji. They just got squandered.
This isn't a next map.
Are we ready to see some devastating heartbreak as they don't manage to contest?
They're all gone.
They're all gone, burgers. This is their last ditch effort. 60 seconds in.
Yeah, I think this is after Birdwing's 3K.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it was just a really good contest from Boston. Really.
Oh look, and Sugar Free absolutely cremating.
Sorry. I keep forgetting
He's
that
cremating.
Punk's not a
He's
Boston
cremating,
guy anymore.
dude. He's cremating them.
What do I keep telling you? Lenny
That's a 5K. That is a 5K.
That's a 5K.
That's actually a 5K. That's all it took to shut them down. Because damn, that
is a whole 5Ks.
Yeah, DK.
5 kilometers.
Out and Vancouver Titans in the chat. They're simply saying Z9.
Cry.
Can't be.
There's one camera flip.
Look at it from right to left. It's just everybody's just all sunken. All
to be fair, I would be equally as sad if I knew my wages were going to be docked in half after this match. You know?
What wages?
That moment.
They're on salary. Now they're going to get even less. And all you can do is be like Birdring and just smile out the pain. while the cameras are still here. Look, that's hard, man. That's just shows how much.
McKay's putting on his jacket. He's leaving. It's like, I am done with this team. Goodbye.
And meanwhile, Sugar Free and Faith, they're like, "Yo, let's head out. Like, we're gonna go grab some."
Crimson Aspire about to run up like a 3-stack. Like, yo, guys, let's go play quick play.
Look, Jules,
what are you up to?
What, they weren't already playing quick play?
Oh no, everybody's running around. I love the production, especially when they get parodied a wee bit. That was just a genuine mistake, just being completely in front of the camera. Who knows? Maybe some technical things happen off screen. But yes, that's my boy from Australia, Leighton Gilchrist.
You know it.
Papa Punk could not be prouder of him. All he had to do was hold left click.
I'm so proud of him getting revenge on the org that has been benching him since 2019.
Let's not forget, that's probably the biggest takeaway on top of the fact that it was May 7th when this matchup happened.
Oh, yes. It's just a narrative.
Practically the best narrative, the grudge match. I think if I looked at it from that angle, I might have completely been swayed that this would have been the upset match.
Versus the world.
And doink! Yeah. That was a headshot as Baby Diva. Yeah, I won't lie, the Titan skins are starting to become real attractive all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a whole bunch of Overwatch League skins, no doubt. If I remember seeing some from yesterday's little match that we had after all of the East Division games.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit of scuff gameplay here, I'm sorry. But I just recently got this golden gun for Ramatra. Turns out he doesn't have guns in his default pose, so you don't see any of it. But once you transform, he's got the real guns right there, baby. Yeah, watch him transform, and then you get these little
currently seeing a black screen.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love piracy. Anti-piracy all the way.
I love pirating things.
Oh, that is a black screen, even on the stream.
Is. Yeah, man. I won't show it. That's fair. Okay, but that's something that I'll know for next time. It's not going to show up the replays from that gameplay. But honestly,
I love pirating.
I love Star Wars. Did you guys know that?
I love Star Wars.
I
love Star Wars. It was a nice little PvE experiment that we got to play as a 3v3. Well, technically, with Bonebreaker, that was more like 5 if you include Torp's turret. 5v3, because we didn't have the whole roster. But you could still play it in custom games. And that was pretty fun to modify everything.
Yeah, you can still play it in custom games. In fact, we did that yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And who won? Was it the Empire or was it the Resistance? Pretty sure in both cases when we swapped sides. In both cases it was the Resistance.
Yeah.
I think the real victory was the friends we made along the way.
I think the real victory was every time that we tried to do that Widow FFA and I just kept winning.
that's definitely footage.
I don't know what you expected to happen. I don't
know.
Hey, look, I just had a bet from just one of my friends that there was definitely a chance that I am still better at you at 1v1, despite all the factors.
Not...
Yeah, no, well, it was something that I had to try out. I just had to do my research.
You could have been put on your own server, you so
even on my own service. No, we never did it on my service. Trust me, you don't want to do
that. It kept getting put disgusting. On West.
I'd be a monster on 40 ping. Minimum. And no, I just want to see a proper LAN between the three of us because, well, I think there's a clear distinction after those games. Who
proper LAN. I think you need to realize how impossible that is.
I mean, look, if the teams in Overwatch League,
3 different countries, all of which are thousands of miles away from each other.
Yeah, and so we can still have teams in Guangzhou travel all the way to Korea. Even though they don't have access to the
different.
Game.
They're going
to Korea, so maybe. Different. Maybe. There's a possibility that Korean teams go to Korea, which is not that exciting.
If we all played on Brazilian ping, I think we should be fine.
I don't want to be sent to Brazil.
But why don't we just all travel to Brazil? It probably would be cheaper for the 3 of us.
Now traveling to Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro. To Paraíso. Arriba!
I think it'd be funny if she just said it was Brazil instead of like Paraiso.
What if they
they
just
called the maps like the locations?
Yeah,
I think it'd be
traveling to Ohio.
They're traveling to Ohio.
Yeah, that was a
now
good
traveling
one.
to Brazil, and now traveling to in Korea. I don't.
Tell me about real quick. What was Atlanta Rain like this weekend and the week before?
Murder.
Well, it was just complete slaughterhouse. They had no rivalry.
No, there was no fun to be had if you were playing against them.
Yeah, think like Shock and Titans in 2019. That's essentially what you've got Rain and Outlaws as right now.
I mean, they got the first map, and then it just all went downhill.
Yeah. They had to end the streak sometime.
That hurts, man. I really had hopes for Outlaws to really shine. I think they are in a comfortable position to grow, but this is not a growing period if you wanted to take out a top seed to get a bye into the mid-season madness tournament. But yeah, these spring knockouts are going to be brutal, so if there's anything that needs to be shown, it's the teams who deserve to be up there, stay up there. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just the superior teams that they had in their strength of schedule. The Outlaws just didn't play in week 2 and come back, and they swing on the justice, but it's a missed opportunity against Atlanta. Yeah. How was it like on the justice? Sure,
Maybe
they were
time.
pretty sitting lower on the bottom end. Yet I'm seeing this, and I think that's pretty convincing. And then in Houston Outlaws fashion, I guess this just shows that they can shut them out. Shock though.
The duality of Alpha E.
I've seen nothing about the San Francisco Shock match. What is going on?
Nothing happened in the San Francisco Shock match. If you are the San Francisco Shock, nothing happened.
It really is. I'm afraid to watch. I'm too curious for my own good.
It's something Shock fans would rather just not watch.
I mean,
dear Lord.
There's still Shock fans after this week.
Well,
yeah, you'd be surprised.
I thought they were all just following Violet to Houston.
They should be, but
if they've got loyalty after bandwagoning for the past couple of years to the championship team, then I got respect for them. That's more than me. I'm no longer a Fusion fan. I've gone to the Infernal.
It's the same org. It's the same org. It's the same org.
With the same success rate and same second place finish.
The same second place finish.
You're living the dream, man. You haven't lost one bit of charm with their support. They're
still second place. They can't. You can take the Fusion away, but they will still linger.
No, listen. The Fusion walked, so the Infernal could run.
I wouldn't exactly call this running.
I would say more like rolling. Rolling would be more appropriate from my defeat.
No. I would say roughly. What is the word? Speed walking, just like a little faster, like just normal walking speed. But like if you have a Lucio in real life,
they beat the best team in APAC.
Like the Prime Minister of New Zealand, John Key, once said, Bill English, to be correct, he likes to go on his runs, but because he likes to go walking instead, he goes for a walk run. Actual words. True words have never been said. A walk run. It's like you're running, but you're actually walking at the same time. Words have never been more inspiring from the New Zealand Prime Minister.
I want one.
A Prime Minister?
Yeah, I think they could use one.
Not boring.
You could use literally any other form of power, anyways.
I'm tired of tax evaders. Get me a speed walker.
A speed walker? Walk away from your troubles, but look really suave while doing it.
Just speed walk away from your taxes.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Vindime speed walking, left and right like that, healing his teammates from a very nice corner. Like, I don't think Sanford's shot was doing anything necessarily egregiously bad, but they just didn't do anything.
They were definitely playing Overwatch. They had Overwatch launched on their computers. They were in the lobby, for sure.
I mean, you can't even say that it's a composition diff because they're being mirrored.
They're on the same comp. They're on the exact same comp.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of the whole team is good individually, but they're not as coordinated as they should be.
We've seen them coordinated, surely.
Diff,
the lack of comfort in Max or Vindime, I think, is the only real shell here that you're taking out of the previous roster.
Well,
and that went all the way to
I think you need to remember. You need to remember that this Shock is pretty much just O2 Blast, but they don't have O2 Blast coach that made O2 Blast O2 Blast. They just have Krusty. I feel like if they picked up O2 Boss along with the rest of them, they might have. Yeah,
it's only Krusty. You know, what a fraud.
I mean, he's been here forever. The last 2 years have been actually not even the last two. Like last 3 at this point have just been unsuccessful.
Has he reached Masters yet? At least
I don't know, man.
Nobody knows. It's not
been here since 2018, and they haven't gotten a championship since 2020. And I don't think they're getting it this year, considering looking at this.
I mean, they could just come back with a vengeance. I don't know. It is possible. The individual talent is still there. I still think that the whole team is apparently not correct, is not facilitated properly. I don't know if anyone's still in Korea or not.
They're all in America. They're all in the same house. There's no more shot copium. They're all in the same place.
Still growing. The weeds are still out
there. They're all
there.
in the same place. They all are in America. They're all in the same exact room when they play the game.
I thought Proper was in a motel.
No,
you'd think so with that kind of performance. Right?
I know he was. Even
if he is, there shouldn't be this excuse. Just shouldn't even be coming up. Like this shouldn't if they meet right proper as hard as they do, saying he's like the second coming of Christ. It shouldn't matter if he's in a motel. Like he'll just play the game. He'll just gap them anyway. I don't see. I don't see why the Shock fans feel the need to cope so hard.
Motels didn't exist in Jesus' time, so it's just confusing.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, come on. We might have.
You clearly didn't read the Bible verse where they talked about Motel 6.
And yeah, making sure that you pay your residency tax. Look, I think it's true though. The conversation seems to be that there's still shock copium no matter what, and that I found a delicious.
There's always shock copium.
Yeah, look, they just got to.
When they lost grand finals, it's like, why is it collusion? Mikey put on a hell of a performance in that lower bracket run.
Yeah, I mean, they just haven't adjusted yet. Perhaps like proper sophomore slump is happening. Maybe it's not the right meta. The economic landscape of Korea's impacting them.
Now you're shocked.
Krusty is still jet lagged. NRG LCS operation is taking a toll on them. They've had too much sponsored fried chicken. This is definitely not a tweet I'm reading off a script. No, it totally is. It's a great copy pasta. Like, if you're really writing that hard, I think it's a problem.
I think if they pick up O2 Boss as head or even assistant coach, this team can return to its O2 Blast form. If they don't, they're just going to keep... I feel like they'll lose to New York next time they play them. I feel like they'll actually lose next time.
Yeah, Krusty is still jet lagged, like I said. But no, seriously, though. It could just be this, like, gentle loss in translation, a soft thing that happens with handing over one coach to another that's really showing that Krusty doesn't always have it in the bag. It's probably because it's...
Well, I imagine he's been coaching the same way. I don't know if he's, like, really adapted yet.
How many times can you teach the same way and then either not get tired of it or they realize that, you've got new players, so you're going to have to adapt to that.
You got new players, and this is a new game. It's a different game. You can't do the same things that you were doing before.
I'm pretty sure Overwatch 2 last year is still the same as Overwatch 2 this year. The only biggest
No, I
difference
mean
is
like
the team
in the
comps.
Overwatch 2 era, like Shock haven't even won a tournament.
Oh no, they haven't. But they
haven't
honestly had
won
peaked
any.
last
They
season.
have no major results.
This might be the case of the super team really going into shambles if we don't see Shock bounce back. And
Like
then,
this,
maybe
they
don't need to
look
worry
worse
about it right
than when they had Sleepy on the roster.
now. You mean Baby Vay and Nomi on the roster?
Yeah.
The goats.
Yes, that's the same team. It's Sleepy,
the
Nomi.
OGs.
Yeah, the original Shock.
Yeah, every now and then I pop by Nomi's
when
stream
it
and he's playing
wasn't
Genshin
when
Impact.
it wasn't hashtag winnable.
Those days it was just shocking the world. Quite frankly, wasn't it?
Those days was eating beans.
Yeah, man. That's how you shock the world with, you know, the real life of
With your
Los
diet.
Angeles and San Francisco. All along the San Francisco Bay is just Nomi and the homies all eating beans.
The good old days.
The good old days. Anything in particular? Literally nothing happens in this last minute in this team fight.
You know, it's just this frame for the last minute. It's just that frame.
Does proper know that he can move?
Behind Alfie.
Proper
unplugged his keyboard. His O2
he
Blast
literally looks like
keyboard.
he forgot to press PP, but yeah, if he takes off his keyboard, he can't press pause, can he?
Well, now he's slept. He's dead. Huh?
He basically was dead, but he skates. But
he
he
was
only too far away from the team fight.
He was spamming E.
And then the engage from Mirror is actually pretty sick. In fact, you know, it's still going. He's on the 1 second.
He's suffering.
Of the time. He really was suffering from that snow. Where was the snow from? There was no snow. Oh, there was
the
that
Boston
Max.
Uprising?
No, not that snow.
Wait, is this another Rialto full hold?
Yeah.
I hope
one
so.
full hold to another.
Let me
Two
check.
3-0 matches, they full hold on the first checkpoint.
Shock. What?
Really? Like, this is how they step into overtime, or do they even hold it?
Yep, it's a full hold. It's a full hold.
Oh man, that's
they
beautiful.
don't even get a checkpoint.
He's saying he's about to try and clutch it back, but what happens? That's the most disgusting.
Visit from Charles the Ninth.
Ignore the cards.
No, I don't expect that. Okay, actually, I do expect that because I have footage from the Season Madness where they literally did that. They didn't touch.
Yeah, they did exactly that.
History repeats itself. It hasn't even been a whole year yet when that event last happened.
Shark getting yet another two-peat of just not getting on the cart.
You know, Charles III may be the King of England, but Charles the Ninth is the King of San Francisco.
I like that
one. Ladies and gentlemen, Sans. Academy Award winner in the making. Oh, that is actually some incredible stuff. Yeah, for a round of applause. Thank you, Nari. Is it? What? Oh, yeah. Look, is this the match? No, it wasn't. It's. I was thinking still of day.
No, it is not the match of all time.
That's not the match of all time for Las Vegas. Vegas Eternal really had one hell of a field day with a shortage of players, internet issues.
This is what happens when you don't follow the league rules. You have to have a Vala playing Kiriko.
And I think that they spend the first 5
playing
minutes
better than Mouthful.
They just go straight into the game because they know what's going to happen.
First 5 minutes, in between Lijiang and Kings, trying to patch Mouthful back in, and then it just doesn't happen.
They can't just reschedule 30 minutes before live. It's just not practical. So you have to play, but you don't have enough players. Do you either disqualify? Also, or do you happen to have a player that can fill one shoe and then you pop up somebody else in the place of the other? I think that's what they did.
That Vegas, saying just Mouthful has internet issues implies that they are not playing it from the same place like they should be, and that Vegas just did not shell out the money for a house. They just didn't get a whole team. I don't want to say facility because if facility implies an actual building, they could just get a house with just 2 rooms and then just like have like you just like get the VOD room and the gaming room.
No kitchen required.
No kitchen, no living room, no bathroom. No bathroom.
Not even a bathroom. Yeah,
I don't think
that's
like,
living Viva Las Vegas, alright. That's living like
if
Vegas.
They're in Las Vegas, which I just doubt.
I don't think that's
there's
practical,
no way.
Yeah? No, there's no housing there that works. And also the distance from
like the thing is, I think it was Dove's camera, like you can like he has the background, you could so easily tell that he's just in a bedroom.
He's just living it large, in London. It's
I would not be surprised if they were all playing from their parents' houses.
They probably might have owned a house at this stage if they managed to get as far ahead as they did last season.
You think they can afford a house on Vegas wages?
Oh, I mean, for like a month on rent.
No,
that might be enough for a tournament.
Nah,
they can earn their money back again.
$50K a year is the minimum league salary, which is genuinely so low.
Well, I think it got increased to like 54K due to like inflation.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah. If you want to see more, if you want to know more about it, just Google Overwatch inflation.
I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that, Sans.
Why? That sounds completely harmless. It's just Overwatch inflation.
I'm not looking that up.
Okay, but what we can at least look into is this match started out and basically had to stick with Avala on support, one of her top 500 roles in.
There's something very wrong when Reinhardt is working against Ramatra. There's something very wrong with that.
But it can. And indeed,
and only if London is doing it against a bottom tier team.
Hardy does go full on Shell Bebop and manages to shatter just Avala,
and then gets walled up.
Yeah, that is one hell of a play as Vegas managed to cap the point, only for it to be taken back again within the.
They cap it for roughly 14 seconds.
14 indeed. And look, the real highlight that I do want to show is that someone actually did make a highlight reel of all the frags that Avala got. And not surprisingly, it's on Kiriko. Great choice if you're going to be able to try and get some kills in. But yeah, this King's Row was something else. Wouldn't you say it's like London Spitfire's home map? Even if they don't necessarily have to be good at exclusively a home map, surely they were cooking something. And they just let that drag on for as long as they possibly could.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I mean, like, I know I sort of hyped up the London Spitfire just a tad, for the preseason because they should not be this like weak. I know I was sort of expecting them to like not perform as great this season as they did last season, despite the fact that their team should be an upgrade, especially with Lethal coming in for Shax. But I didn't expect them to be like in the bottom three, because they don't particularly have a team of bottom feeders.
Yeah, and you certainly lose confidence in like the matchups that used to be really good rivalries throughout last year, Mayhem versus Spitfire. Yeah. That's not balanced itself out anymore. It's actually shifted quite heavily into Mayhem's odds. And who's left on the Spitfire's side that they can actually take on quite competitively? It certainly wouldn't have thought it would be Vegas from this week.
Yeah.
I believe the only changes that London made were upgrades and just like cleaning house pretty much. They got rid of Shax, Poco, and Khan and Spylo, and then they just picked up Lethal and Skyripper.
Yeah.
But
like it's pretty much the same.
We can say that in hindsight, in retrospect, is this really the upgrade that they've needed?
Well, I think Lethal is just a way better player than Shax, and now you have a second flex support to complement. Like if Admiral were to just not be able to play a character one day, or rather, Landon.
I was quite surprised that they would put their Lucio onto Hanzo, but then again, Luke Camino's name is not
worked,
that foreign. It bloody did work for them. Look, they had some good shots. Shining
You can
moments.
get a kill with your monitor off.
It was just the cleanest thing that you want to see, right? Just to be able to pop the Hanzo, not even as a comfort pick, but because it
Hanzo's
works
such
out.
a glue eater character. Like, it doesn't matter what role you play, you'll probably get a few kills here and there, even at the highest level.
Hardy's playing a little bit of musical chairs with his preferred tank, going to Winston and then switching to Ramattra to try to ego duel Vulcan.
That's not musical chairs, that's mystery heroes.
That is indeed Mystery Heroes. Even just like their defense from Vegas, this was actually pretty much like a rock up until, just trying to reach that last point. London just steamrolling from here, and then after they take the point, I think Avala's had enough. Decided to show some top 500 skill into the Overwatch League, just self-injecting herself in her presence. Then you gotta admit that's probably like a real highlight of this particular section. As soon as they look like they're about to roll it, here we go. We got the Hanzo's dueling, Vulcan, and Hardy. Up on the
There's something very worrying about a team when your best player does the bare minimum of a good tracer and looks like proper in comparison to their own team. Like, the fact that Dove looks so good compared like to the rest of his team just is like it's so bad, because Dove is not really that good of a player. But the fact that he just gets all the kills for his team, because it's not like his team is gonna do it. Not like who's gonna do it?
Blows,
no.
Whoa. Jeez, that's a Spitfire dragon if I've ever seen one. Just on the edge of taking a couple people out.
The fact that Dove is like
rack attacks.
People always say that, like, if Dove was on a different team, it would be so much better for him. But that's not necessarily true. Put Dove on like just any like super good team right now, like it'll if anything it'll look worse, because the only reason he's like getting hyped up so much is because he just looks good in comparison to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, Lethal was definitely an upgrade. I think Shaxx, whatever happened to Shaxx throughout last year, I think jumping to now, Lethal should.
I think Shaxx just wasn't that good of a tracer, and if you don't have a good tracer, you kind of just lose. Although, I guess in the case of Vegas, even if you do have a good tracer, you're still losing.
This was the greatest achievement to be able to try hold this defense. If I remember, they don't, do they? It goes to overtime, which is still very satisfying. Luke Mino with another headshot. This is just the magic that I expect Frogger to be able to pull off if he had to play it.
King's Row actually ends up going 5-4 in favor of the Spitfire, obviously.
It does.
Yeah, in favor of the Spitfire, expected, but to go 5-4? That's the stuff I love for.
It means both teams full capped.
Yeah. Can I just ask, in this situation, who do you think is feeling more like shit? The entirety of the London Spitfire for having to play so competitively against the worst team in the Overwatch League, with their flex support off-rolling to damage and their general manager playing support? Or do you think Malfoy feels worse, watching his own team perform the best they've ever done with his flex support substituted in for him?
Oh yeah, it's got to be.
It's not even his flex support, so it's not like that flex support good aim transfers over. It's their Lucio player. There's no mechanics really. Well, I wouldn't say that. Like, if being good Lucio is very mechanically intensive.
Yeah. Correct that.
But being just like a Lucio player, it's not necessarily that tough, in my opinion. So the fact that you can just have it's not even the mechanics transfer over into being a good DPS player. And then you have someone who does not scrim, who does not play Overwatch that much in the slightest compared to their team. Their general manager whips out Kiriko and actually does something is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's kind of nuts because, for London, this should have just been a classic Sunday. Oh, sorry, a Friday match.
Yeah, Friday.
I'm wrong. Would have been, just your average Friday. And yet this just turned into like a whole conundrum. How is it that we can't sub in Christopher? Can we please sign Chips an emergency contract?
Oh,
they should have subbed in. They should have subbed in Christopher or something like mid-match just to fuck with them. I think it would have been funny.
Just take me back to the days we had Defran on Atlanta Reign. Why Defran instead of Defran? I have no idea, but that's how it came out.
Actually, no. Don't even sub in Christopher. Sub in London's general manager.
Yeah, Nuki.
I was gonna try to pronounce their name, but I don't know how.
It's a European OU. Ooh. Not even like a umlaut or anything. It's just new. Maybe like think like French in EU. New. But it's just spelled OU.
EU.
New key.
Europe.
Like, how would you pronounce that pasta that's made of potato?
Huh?
That starts with the letter G. I'm sure. Have you had pasta before?
I've had pasta before. I don't know what you're talking about.
Potato pasta?
The potato pasta? Yes, there is a potato. Tell me you guys have not had, like, just outside of, like, your standard...
I've had Italian pasta, not what sounds like Irish pasta.
Sure. Put it that way, then. But rolled, like, potato starch. It would be like a gnocchi. Hey, look, it's the Vegas Eternal chicken.
I don't know why they kept going with the chicken. I really don't.
They might as well. They're not going to change it.
Just change it to like a playing card. At least be aesthetically cool if you're going to suck this much balls.
Yeah, I think they just need to rethink at least how they're going to continue.
Yeah, at least the jersey's cool.
Jersey's color scheme is alright. They don't
at
need
least
to keep
the jersey and the in-game skins are cool. Sucks that the team just cannot get it together.
You know, okay. I want to see. You know, I think would be really, really funny.
What?
For just some sort, if the Odyssey Contenders team just came back and put all the players on Vegas on 2-way contracts to see just how well.
Yeah, they'll beef up the roster. And just trial them to give them competition with themselves, you know? That's how it's London Spitfire.
Do the LA Valiant thing where you have the A team and the B team, and then whenever one of the players underperforms, you take them to In and Out, and you tell them that they're underperforming, and that they
honestly, they would want to go to In and Out because they would be fed at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's a win-lose to one side of the business, but it's a win-win for the players because they get to be taken, for free grub. They would take that over having to scrim another 8 hours.
Free mid hamburger.
8-hour weeks is unhealthy for gaming. I don't think you guys play Overwatch for that long when you're trying to climb ladder, or do you? What's like an average time that you guys play Overwatch every week?
Every week? I don't know. It fluctuates depending on whether I'm trying or not.
What's it like when you're trying? That would be probably accurate to what you do in the league, unless you were to play less hours.
Let's see. I'd use like 2 or 3 hours.
I'm pretty sure I've witnessed what Sans is like when he's trying, and it's not great.
Listen, that was a ping issue, and I forgot to unmute my mic.
How many times do you Ajax?
Unmuting your mic, priceless.
But, like, all of which were due to our, like, very attractive Tracer player?
No, one of those Ajaxes was completely unavoidable. The other one, there's no excuse for. But, like, one of them, I was in a flux.
Pull up the footage. Where is it?
Pull it up. Because you got to keep in mind, I was on 180
I
MS.
sent Kenobi the VOD. I don't know where it is. Whip it up. Come on. Where is it?
It's not even copium. Like, the animation came out when I used my beat. But it was the ping.
It doesn't exist. Give me a second.
But the ping just didn't allow me to. It just didn't allow the actual beat to come off.
Nah, I thought the VOD was still up. After 2 weeks, it expires, so it disappears.
Oh,
2 weeks. So you're lucky. Off the hook. Yeah, no footage.
No,
it's been burnt across.
And I don't have the replay.
So I don't get to prove my innocence.
Well, it's my word against yours.
Worry about. The only footage you have is you can go back to the previous Ecopoint podcast episode where I showed it.
Did you show it?
Yeah, but
I did.
you only showed Antarctic. You didn't show
only Antarctic because that's what I thought.
Didn't show Hollywood, the one that was just that one where I wasn't. You showed the one that I wasn't in.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Hollywood
because you weren't in the
questionable.
podcast, which is even better. It just timed so well with that preview.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I would never be on the bench. That's all.
To put it nicely, that happened.
I didn't get an option.
You need your option. Your
like I'm a better Hanzo than them, and yet they just put me in just to give the other guy playtime.
What you're proposing is that you also be better than Malfoy, given the right circumstances.
Oh God, yeah, I would. Give me a Vegas contract. I will make Malfoy look like a plat.
You'll make him look like a plat. Damn, those are some fighting words. I would love to see it. I'm just gonna call up Avala right now just to see if she's got some options.
I mean, I've seen Malfoy play Echo. It's bad.
What do you mean?
You say you can play some Echo, huh?
I could play some Echo. I played it like last night when I was doing another trial scrim, and I destroyed.
Oh, real.
I'm sure Malfoy would do well against the Atlanta Reign in a scrim on Lijiang Garden.
No.
Lijiang Garden. Just the garden, yeah? No other Lijiang map.
No, I'm not. I know what clip you're referencing.
Yeah.
That's the same one I was like thinking of. I was like, that Echo performance is so bad.
He got tack visored out of the sky.
I personally would have hit those try shots.
Wowzers. Okay, so
I would hit those try shots. I would hit those arrows.
You definitely would hit those arrows, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check out what's been happening over at APAC in the last week or two. So Guangzhou looked good, but then they fought an obstacle which everyone was pretty good, and then they did not look good all the time. And to the surprise of many, Jimmy was not fucking every single day.
Jimmy was not reproducing.
There was no fornication across every map against them.
Not announced.
Yeah, MN3 neutered his ass.
Yes, it was quite the show, the stand-up. And look, Guangzhou had a lead. Infernal did. And you have to also figure out that after you're going 3-0 so many times, the crusty kitchen scissors didn't need to belong on the table. The charge will just fine with
MN3 cut off Jimmy's balls with rusty kitchen scissors.
Oh man, that is gory.
Yeah, that is an image you do not want to put in your head.
I didn't ask for that image, but now it's there.
MN3 recreated the opening scene to the Virtuoso, where the hitman shoots that one guy's nutsack while he's having sex with a prostitute.
Oh, damn.
You know,
you guys came prepared for this Jimmy anti. The anti-propaganda is strong. But I think it's only fair, because we should have expected this every night, all the time. And they did bounce back against the Shanghai Dragons, but to be honest, who would have thought that Gonko Charge would have a tank that just happens to be better than someone on DPS playing tank? It's just a state of things where I don't know. Just Charge just didn't play on King's Row properly. But then when it came to push the second time round, where in Soul Infernal, there wasn't really much of a game going on there because they hadn't really played push in those past 2 weeks. This is the one that just completely got them rolled, quite literally, with Mag's Wrecking Ball. Look, that's just some really basic ball tech.
Mag's Wrecking Ball died 3 times the entire match.
Mag was a trooper with barely a death throughout the whole match, I'm pretty sure.
Dude went 40 and 3 in 3 matches.
Yeah, as ball.
Which
is even more impressive because he wasn't even on ball the whole time.
If I could count the number of times that Mac has died on ball, it was 3 times. It's not much,
but which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened
3 times.
Weird that it happened thrice.
The greatest of all time that could ever do it on Infernal. He's the only ball man.
Mag has had his way with your trash team.
No. They actually did not look that great. And that's what's left people really concerned. But it's the same kind of bandwagon mentality that's really made Shock suffer. That people are trying to force onto Guangzhou. No, we're just having a good time, man. I don't know where all these people
Mag was not just reproducing. Mag was not just fornicating. Mag was breeding. Okay? He was absolutely just in there.
Yeah, and just look at them all, just facing their god, their leader, the supreme leader, the Soul Infernal logo. They're all bowing silently, looking up towards him.
They're all staring at their keyboards.
No, they're looking at the logo. They admire it so much. They're like, we thank you, Lord, for our success in Map 4. Please give us Map 5 energy. And you know what? That's
the
what
logo supposed to be? Supposed to be like a demon or something?
It's like the toll mask that you wear from the Ana skin. It's a ceremonial, like, for the war. Yeah.
That is not the same mask.
No, not exact same, but it's the same tradition style mask.
Oni mask that Genji wears in his own skin.
I thought it was supposed to be a rip-off Titans logo.
It's a budget Titans logo. They couldn't afford it.
All right, now show the real match that happened on this stream. Show the real match.
The real match. Which one are you talking about?
You know which one I'm talking about.
No, I choose
the one before this one.
Oh yeah,
this?
This is just Charge versus Infernal, by the way. You were talking more about Dallas?
I'm talking about Dallas Seoul.
Oh, I was thinking of Dallas Shanghai.
No, that one doesn't count. That's Flatank. I don't...
This one here, was this the greatest of all time? You got to tell us from the Fuel perspective here, Derry, because you loved this.
Let's go to Shambles.
No, before we need to see Edison's walkout. You see Edison's little stage performance that he did.
Was it here? Well, they already done it.
No, it was like right before that. It was like 10 seconds before but you skipped to.
I'll let that run. So at this stage, well, I don't think the scores are worth really talking about, but already just looking at the power balance there, both Dallas and Seoul are 1-3. Soul Infernal gets the bag against the Charge. So
Dallas and Seoul are basically doing Swiss rounds in OD right now.
So the whole Seoul homestand thing is really nice, but it's just really weird to see Dallas Fuel here.
Oh no,
Seoul's
it's really
home territory. It's not right, and you're also staying up at 2 a.m. to watch them.
3, yeah.
That's the earliest, right? 3 a.m. Dragon Strike. Yuga Waka Teki no Karao.
He says the line. He says the line and everything into the mic.
Oh,
it's a great clip.
Oh, what a guy!
So good.
What does he do with the mic?
He just eats it.
Bliss and MCD were so ready to go play games. Like, wait, guys, we have to stay here.
Yeah, MCD just had enough. He's like, I already know who's gonna win this, so just let me sit down. And then here comes the Soul Dynasty. You know, ripping the home crowd. They're actually.
Why are there 6 of them? Why are there 6 of them? Why are there 6 of them?
That's how many it takes to win. They needed the Prophet.
They need to go back to Overwatch 1.
They needed not Smurf. They needed.
They need to go back to Overwatch 1 when they still had Fleta and Jayhong to win against the Fuel.
Yeah, no, they're gonna work with Balisarea for the time being, but they also want to put in Void as their veteran tank. And
why does Void look depressed?
Because he is depressed. He's on the Soul Dynasty.
He would be representing the best team.
He's on the 2023 Soul Dynasty. Of course he's depressed.
Oh my god, this title, looking back at it, avoiding defeat.
There is a void in the Soul Dynasty's tank line, okay? And I'm not talking about the player.
This didn't age well.
No, it did not.
To go the way
void to be the key to saving a struggling dynasty. No.
No.
It was not.
It truly is a sight to behold when these forecast actual outcomes, or they just word it in a way that just
so many signs.
So many signs. One day,
Sparkle this is when Sparkle starts fornicating.
Yeah, Sparkle on the Genji. Hell yeah!
Of course, that's what you do. Jotes.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nice to see both Sojourn and the Junker Queen together. Yoink and a punch. Lee Soo-min from his time on O2. No, I can't remember. Was it O2 Plus? Simprissa, yeah. Simprissa looked fine, but now I'm a little unsure now if that was the right choice.
Just fine. It wasn't outstanding. It was just fine. Serviceable, even.
It wasn't nothing. It wasn't.
And now that he's in the league, which is actual competition.
Yeah, with the other top players, and you got Bliss.
With the other good players.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I've
wacky.
Another year in contenders would have been good for Lee Soo-min.
Yeah.
I think this is his extra year, I guess. This is his early shot at staying on our team that would want him.
This is like when a kid skips a grade in elementary school.
I felt that when you start out a year earlier. And
no, not even that, where you jump from like 3rd grade to 5th grade, so you're just so underqualified.
You're just like completely, all the jitters and nerves, and they just never go away.
You're just like, I'm not supposed to be here.
But I don't want to leave.
But I don't want to leave.
You can only
because
be
I'm
crushed.
Making the bare minimum $54K a year. Might as well.
It's the weight of expectation. In a nutshell.
What even would it be in like 54 mil or something in Korean won?
I wouldn't know, but that conversion rate just goes hard.
USD2KRW.
What is one US dollar? What's $1 US right now?
What number is that? Hold on, give me a minute. Did the Korean one just like crash or something? What happened?
I mean, it's usually in the triple digits, so I wouldn't be too alarmed.
I know about
54,000 US dollars is 72 billion Korean won.
Oh yeah, that sounds massive. Like way more than I would
72.5 billion Korean won.
72.5 billion Korean won.
Yes. In 54,000 US dollars.
You could afford a house with that.
$1 US is $1,342.
Yeah, that could get you an apartment. A little town, a city block.
All I know is 10,000 won equates to like $6 or $7.
Ooh, let's look that
British
up.
Pounds?
10,000 won. 10,000 won is 7 USD.
No. I need to know what that is like for you, Sans, and pounds. For New Zealand, it's somewhere like 850 won. I haven't checked it in such a long time, but now
British pound. 1 British pound is 1,671. It's pretty close.
Yeah, no, I'm not too far off. That was $1 New Zealand dollar to 851.
But the British pound is worth slightly less, it appears. Or worth more, actually. Is it actually?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it's actually stronger.
I can't count. I'm American. I can't count.
The metric system, right?
What is a kilometer?
It's just a K at the beginning. It means 1,000.
What is a kilometer?
I don't understand you.
Oh, say, can you see?
Only when Dallas Fuel's playing, right? You gotta all rise for the national anthem of USA.
USA. And then Monte Cristo complains that we can't be saying USA when there are no American players on the Dallas field.
I swear to God, if we get another World Cup,
you got Tasmo.
He's not even American.
He's not.
He isn't.
No.
No, he's like Scottish
Canadian,
or something.
I thought he was more.
He
was like a different part of America.
No, because he's doing stuff for UK World Cup this year. Yeah, he's Scottish.
Oh yeah, he's Scottish and English.
Oh, real. Hey, look, I've also wanted to bring up, there's some conversations I've actually had with a number of World Cup teams. So, if you guys tune in, like and subscribe to the Ecopoint podcast, we might have something special in store. You will never be able to guess the kind of World Cup guest that I have in mind. From which country, even.
Would they qualify as a World Cup guest anymore at this point?
Oh, you're thinking of that team? No, it's someone completely different. I'm going for someone that's a little more wild card. Someone that I need.
Someone that is actually on a team still? Someone with a team that didn't just collapse?
I may be talking about a region that has existed in the past and should deserve a resurgence.
It does not exist anymore.
It does not exist. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll be able to have that conversation with that particular team because, gosh, I don't know what's going on anymore. It's a lot of back and forth to know if anything is happening or if they have completely folded before the trials can even happen because there's no tanks on that roster. The tanks that they had were contenders level, which is probably their height of contenders Pacific for that team. But unfortunately, with the way that their coaching structure worked and how much the social media person in that committee was doing most of the booking of scrims and organizing that.
That just should not be the case.
That's kind of shafting the wrong people and not keeping the right people in the conversation. But it also was just borderline, just frustrating. And so I could see why that had to be all taken out on the internet. To the masses of, I think it was like maybe 1,000 people that caught attention to it. So it's still very niche. But no, I won't be having that person in for interview or their team unless they're still competing. I will have to say unfortunate. But the team that I do have in mind is from a whole different region. And I can't wait to share if you guys are keen to join on that one next.
I definitely will be. That is if you leak it to me in DMs.
No way. No leaks there.
Well, I have to be surprised too.
Oh no! I'm sure I'm gonna. I will talk about that in more detail for sure. Sparkle is on 1 HP, and he dies.
Not anymore.
Deserved for not getting healing.
Also, I'm not sure if y'all have seen Edison's hair, but it's like it's surprisingly well kept considering how much of he has. How much of it he has. He's got a lot of hair on him.
Yeah,
on his head.
I mean, I think they can afford haircuts after becoming Overwatch League champions, right?
Well,
you can at least.
Where did Dallas's money go? Because it clearly didn't go to a sixth player. Where is their money?
It went to a big jet plane that could fly all the team members to Korea.
It went to Edison's haircut, or more likely, Hex's pockets. The bastard.
Hex. Hexagrams?
Yeah. No, optic.
Oh, not that Hex. No.
Yeah, that one.
That's the one. And to think I wouldn't hear that name in Overwatch.
I mean, this is most likely where all of Telesfield's money went.
It's Hastro I'm thinking of, not Tasmo.
Yeah, Hastro.
Oh, yeah, Hastro is. I mean, he would say he's an owner, but the Optic merger just kind of like ruined any, like, I guess what's the word? Control that he could have had.
Yeah, the lack of Dallas Empire in the Dallas part of Optic is kind of going not the way that he wants it to. But as a joint venture, it's at least he gets to ride along the coattails.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. How about some of the other teams over in APAC? Roll a dice in your head or pick a team that we haven't covered.
Well, there's not many to choose from.
No, we've got a 1 in 4 chance. 1 in 3. Yeah. I know. Let's talk about Chengdu Hunters. How are they going?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the remnants of the Chengdu Hunters and the Hangzhou Spark could be better.
The Hangzhou Spark and the Shanghai Dragons.
Well, the Dragons suck, but the Spark should be doing better than they are right now.
I was saying the same thing about Seoul Dynasty.
The Chinese super team is
Dynasty
is
also performing exactly as I expect them to.
If not better.
The downfall is regrettable because I asked for it. So I'm sure you feel the same way.
Edison hit a railgun challenge.
This ends when I hit right click on a head. And there's no heads.
Now.
It was only Prophet that got a headshot.
It ended.
The entire thing.
It ended now.
The body shot.
It ends.
It did end. It is
over.
Yeah,
Done.
and then they get out of the seats.
It is all over.
Last match. Was this the match point? Yes, I would think so. Esperanza. And the final few legs. Oh, we already got
you can't beat Dallas on push. You just can't do it.
What are they doing different, or what are they doing better?
I mean, try turning that to the Gladiators in Kickoff Clash.
Or the Spark roughly 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah, they sure did.
Or the Infernal 2 weeks ago.
Did they even get that far?
Oh, no, they didn't.
No.
Okay, then. There you go.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting.
And just looking at them go, it's like this was a chance for Seoul to try to make this a map 5, but I mean, just
then
the nature of push, I doubt it.
MCD whipped out the ultra wide shield.
Okay, full HD, and then he went to quad with that shield.
Yeah,
there it is. That's MCD working his magic.
He's got the WDG screen attached to his shield.
I mean, this is a ideal playstyle for Brig. You just
the WDG esports cinema room attached to his shield.
Jesus, MCD, they're not Chinese. Calm down.
MCD has been using his hatred of the Chinese to win these matches.
I'm sure it's the other way around. Like, isn't it the hatred the Chinese have on MCD that's powering his negative energy?
I mean, is that not the only reason that the Charge and the Spark won?
Yeah, effectively. Whether or not that they have any thoughts about it, that's completely separate from their gameplay.
And then the Infernal one was a fluke.
Yeah, see, this is what's annoying, because I would love to see more EU teams represented, or at least even the players.
Yeah, you got... Now that we've got... EU is one team.
The standards have been broadened so much out west that east, it's like very tightly packed, and that finally I can say that with the exception of... I was going to say Dallas, Shanghai, with their current state.
There is one team in the EU, and they're not even. They decide they don't want to be EU anymore. So Europe has no teams, and it's just the UK, just London.
So if you've been paying attention to past podcast guests, you could go for Saudi Arabia. They've got some players that could form a team that could make up to Overwatch League.
Saudi Arabia's got a ton of oil princes, so they could, in theory, afford an owl spot.
They could,
if they really wanted to.
I mean, that would twist my mind.
And then just, and then just shove Twisted Minds on there. And...
Had the same thought. Sans is like, "What's a brain? My profile picture doesn't have one. I'm just a skull with an attitude."
So I'm supposed to have a brain?
I don't know. Do skulls have brains if you're a skeleton?
I don't know. Do you have any organs?
Maybe.
I would like to think you still got your organs intact as a bone man.
No, I sold them.
A rag and bone and marrow. All that. Edison. What was the stats on this? What was the card showing?
I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's Hanzo. His Hanzo. And 34-10.
You know what, for Hanzo, that's not that bad.
It's not bad at all. Now, considering
more deaths than Mag.
Since Soul Infernal...
Mag was playing a character with 700 HP and stupid amounts of escapability. Edison was playing 200 HP hero with a one-shot and next to no mobility.
I would have loved to see some Sparkle stats. What? He's not looked that impactful for Dallas. Can you tell me that much, if that's true? Sparkles just looked
I would say that.
I'm being generous here, saying mid. I just think he hasn't stood out the way that
He did. He definitely did against the Dynasty on the Genji. Definitely.
This match being an exception.
He is not in peak form. None of the Dallas players are in peak form. Let's get that out of the way. Like none of them are at their championship level anymore. They can get back to that point eventually. It's just it needs to be later in the season.
Well, would it be fair to say that they just got to Korea? They just haven't adjusted yet. Sparkle's sophomore slump, not the right meta. Economic landscape of Korea. Krusty's still jet lagged. Wait, who?
Russia's still jet lagged. Edison is in a motel.
They had too much sponsored Razor.
They had too much sponsored Jack in the Box.
No Jack in the Box. That's what's really killing them. Without Jack in the Box, how are they possibly going to fill up their players? Spicy fire noodles?
They had too many Jack Links beef sticks.
They pack so much Jack. Just
so many beef sticks.
Beef. They didn't even carry his favorite flavor.
There's different flavors of beef stick?
Yeah.
I thought it was just beef.
Yeah, and then you smoke it. That's how you smoke it. It gives it extra flavor.
There is no way that's correct.
You think I'm talking about flavors like vanilla, chocolate, and banana? No. I'm just talking about how was it smoked. That's like a flavor profile that comes with steak or beef jerky. I honestly think that if Sparkle had a particular flavor, it would be sticky Korean barbecue. Like you just dip it even, and then you let it sit. So it's completely infused into the beef jerky. It's the Sparkle Special, they'll call it.
That could sell.
It's only a matter of time until they can sell more merch from the Korean homestand that they keep going to. Surely they'll make it most of that opportunity to sell some merch. And something extra on the side. Surely.
I mean, do they need the money when they've just been making millions with the Jack in the Box sponsorship?
Millions though? Do they even have a branch in Korea?
Deal.
Serious question. Do they? Do they?
Do they have Jack in the Box in Korea?
Is there any value in advertising them overseas? Do they? I mean, they can be pretty popular, just having these niche
The fact that the only thing that comes up when I type in Jack in the Box Korea is an album released by J-Hope, a South Korean rapper, is not really helpful.
Oh.
No, you're right. And Koreatown, Los Angeles, they have a Jack in the Box though, so
that's not different. That is Los Angeles,
but it's Koreatown, right? It's not Korea.
It is still America.
Oh man, all of it is actually just saying that Jack in the Box is associated with J-Hope. You're right. So there is no hope in actually launching one, but maybe if they start winning the Overwatch League, Korea will reconsider. All that branding can't be put to waste. The Dallas Fuel are
sponsored by BTS.
When do we get the Dallas Fuel combo at the Korean McDonald's store?
Oh.
The Soul Infernal Happy Meal.
When is the Dallas Fuel roster just gonna be the entire BTS member lineup?
God only knows. Sorry, the demon.
Probably when they get out of military service.
I forgot about that.
There's currently 2 of them in military service right now.
Oh yeah, and so with this particular week highlighted something interesting in that yes, they did have crowds for Seoul, and Dallas, but there was also interviews for the Chinese players that won their games over the weekend. So previous weeks they didn't do that, and now they have for Hangzhou Spark. That was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't remember which one they won though. They didn't win this one against Infernal, which was a shocker. Just the 2 Zhao teams just don't have it in them. But yeah, after this matchup between Seoul Dynasty and Hangzhou, we had this nice little interview. Avril and Vic Kitty saying hello to Monk, and then they had a translator from, I believe it's the Overwatch League Broadcasting. They've been paying them to do some translating, which I think is totally worth it. Like, who would you want to have interviewed from these other teams in the East that you want to know more about? We got Jimmy, we got Monk, and we've had Mag, and I think it was Zest.
Yeah, Zest.
Yes, and in his interview, he specifically said, please, Shanghai, if there's anything you could do, please win the 3-0 so that Soul Infernal could be first. They did not, but I love the motivations there. I needed that, and these interviews are really good at delivering the stuff that we missed out on for the past 5 years.
I think one that would be interesting is if they could get an interview with Coach Roy. From
coaches.
Yeah.
Man. That would be pretty cool.
I think that'd be great.
Well, they'd have to agree to it first.
Yeah, what if Toronto finally got a win and they interviewed Coach Nohill instead of all their fluent English-speaking players on the roster?
Don't interview the head coach. Don't interview Casoras or whoever. Just interview
Coach Nohill. He's going to be the source of all their power when they get their first streak going. Like, you can interview Hydro all you want. Really we could interview
power right now, though. I wouldn't exactly call this power.
Yeah, no, I think
I wouldn't exactly call 1 and 3 their only win being competitively against New York Power.
To be fair, like, other than New York, Toronto's schedule has been pretty rough.
Has it?
Could they?
They should have with very high expectations.
Gladiators
USA is
it's a rough schedule. I think it would have kept up, as Nari saying.
America's main tank is not showing up.
Basically, the Overwatch World Cup roster and then a few pieces extra. Not
America's
looking great right
main
now.
tank Kaluge is not showing us good.
Just let them cook. You're either one of two camps. It doesn't matter.
In theory, they have a free win against Valiant next week.
Do they have a free win against Vegas?
Please, God, I hope so. Unless Malfoy has internet issues and Luke Mino has to come back in, then maybe it might be competitive.
Maybe? You think not, that too? Yeah, we don't actually have a schedule ahead of next week, so that's not fun. I really want to... hold on.
It's on Wikipedia.
I can look at Wikipedia, but this is the proper schedule. So for next week, what do we got? What do we got? Any more East teams? No, they're all done. They're fully settled. They've got their 5 games.
You of all people should have known that they're home time.
Yeah, I should have known. And in Vegas and Boston, Vancouver and London, this is...
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say they're done because there's knockouts starting on the 20th.
Yeah, so if they do their knockouts early, we get the debut of some Korean contenders teams. And Rhodes.
I think it'll be really funny if Rhodes just beat the Dynasty. I think it'd be really funny if that happened.
I think that is also really possible.
It's very possible.
It's a very tangible, very scary possibility.
Rhodes' roster is literally just Hangzhou Spark reject.
That's brutally true, though. And so I noticed that the screen's not refreshing because I've only done the window. There. My favorite page that I've been working on, the untitled dash page.
Pineapple Aprita could definitely take some lives off of Profit.
They could. I 100% think that this is...
I think Coldest is going to look a lot better than Lee Sumin or Kerwin.
Coldest is the main support, though.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was
always main support? Yeah.
He used to be, but he's moved over to a main support position. He's doing his Violet.
Well, to be fair, their other support, Kaneki, was literally a DPS player before. So now, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I just want to see a Aprita, man. He needed some playtime in Owl, and he didn't get any from us. So time to show it.
Has he actually gotten 0 playtime?
0 playtime. Not even the bare minimum 1 that happened in season 1 for most players.
He got put on the Hunters and got benched. Well, actually, didn't even get benched. He was signed for 2 months. Hunters.
He wasn't even on the team before opening weekend.
And then Guangzhou got him and kept him on the bench anyway.
Yeah, look, times are tough, and we had Mike Haley, didn't we? No, we're thinking just last year. Jimmy.
You don't went too far back.
Yeah, procreating. Jimmy procreating in the early days.
I mean, to be fair,
I also think Sin Prissa beating Shanghai is also quite possible.
Over on Group B, it's gonna be fun because I think that one's just stacked all over.
O2 Blast and Panthera's banger.
These are all Korean teams.
Banger.
I mean,
this is just Contenders Korea, right? It just so happens that Shanghai, Dallas, and Infernal have some veterans. With the exception of
Rhodes, it is all just Korea.
Yeah, they had to leave one that's not in Korea because the others just had to be eliminated in the process.
Well, it's not necessarily for diversity. It's just who played well and who didn't.
Nah, but I mean, like 5 Korean teams were in, and then what's left is left. One slot available for it could have been any other Southeast Asia team, and we happened to get China of all of them.
O2 Blast versus Panthera would have been a banger if Panthera kept their Bellasaria Iris roster.
Unfortunately, they did not do that and instead opted for Fate.
Fate.
And who else did they get when Youngjin.
Yeah. Former Poker Face main support.
Right.
I'm nodding in agreement, knowing exactly what that means for this team.
Yeah. On one hand, it's nice that you don't have Slay as your main support, but on the other hand, you don't have Slay as your main support. He's your flex support now. That's not good.
And I guess you have Alien now.
You still do have Alien. I think.
That's the thing. You have Alien now.
No, they always had Alien.
Suppose this is what it looks like then. Like, immediately, the winner of G1 between Panthera and O2 Blast. It's not suddenly going to be Panthera anytime soon. That would make sense. Soul Infernal versus O2 Blast.
I think O2 Blast will just win that one and then go play Soul Infernal and get their shit pushed in.
Lose.
Basically, the red team wins, but which red team? It's probably the one that's been,
it's the red one.
It's the one with the bigger branding, the one that's going to blow up.
It's the one that's red and black.
The one that's going to pop off.
It's the one that's going to win.
The better number wins.
With the white eyes.
It's the one with 2 supports.
Oh my god, stop. This is getting out of hand. SPG versus Dragons. Who on earth do you think would make sort of...
I really want SPG to win that because it'd be so funny.
It would be very funny, but
it'd be very funny to watch.
It would be vindicating for Dragons to be like, we have our place here for a reason, and it's not because that we know we'll never lose. SPG down Dallas. That's great.
I think if you have your old SPG with like Top Dragon and Sanguinar, it's very much possible. But with this SPG roster, I don't think they can do it.
I think
where did Sanguinar even go?
Nowhere.
No, really hasn't gone anywhere.
Right, nowhere. He just got no team.
No, I'm looking on Wikipedia right now, and it just says his last team was Simprissa.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it as well. He's just nowhere. He's just gone. He's active still, I guess, but he's just not there.
This looks pretty accurate, right? Everything else is going to be a toss-up. Like, Dallas Fuel could lose the SPG, but if this
they couldn't.
No, they couldn't. Shut up. No, they couldn't.
No, I already put them down anyways.
No, I don't think SPG don't beat Dragons, to be fair. Like, I just think like
could be.
But even if they did,
Panthera with Bellasaria
I think there'd be something very funny about seeing Shanghai versus Panthera in the lower brackets.
That's wacky. I know, it'd be Infernal O2 Blast. Wouldn't it be practical to then see Soul Infernal fall down to Shanghai Dragons and play a low bracket run?
Put Infernal in the winner bracket.
No, you see.
Why is O2 Blast going all the way? How stupid are you?
I'm very stupid, but I like it. I like it that way. Does that look good to you? Because I think the one with red and black will win.
Shut up. I did that.
Am I wrong or am I wrong?
Yeah, but Infernal has gold, which stands for a gold medal, which is something that the Philadelphia...
Gold SR!
I'm just going to have to be an optician. Is it 1 for T1 or 2 for O2?
One.
It's 1
or 2?
It's 1.
1
it's
or
1.
2?
I promise you it's 1.
You promised me it's 1. That's some real loyalty. I don't even think
because 1 is the one who won.
The 1-1. Dallas Fuel SPG moves on to face Infernal.
Yeah, and then at that point,
SPG don't move on against dragons, so but I'm compromising, so just put Dallas up there.
Yeah, just put Dallas up there. That's just the only way to think this through.
Just Dallas winner advances to mid-season madness. It's fine. Just all the way.
All the way.
No, they don't.
No.
You know they don't.
No, G7 loser right here.
No, they win. I think they win the run back.
Oh, Nari, you're such a very innocent, harmless mind. I can't tamper that feeling, but it's down here for a reason. No, the Dallas Stars are climbing. No.
The Dallas Stars are climbing. The Infernal Stars are dropping.
That's why they don't go that far into the upper bracket.
Did you beat Guangzhou or Hangzhou?
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, so did you not watch?
Barely. Barely.
Basically, I don't need to do this.
That's a lot better than getting swept.
I already can tell you what's going to happen here. You just go put Guangzhou up here as G7 winner, and then Rhodes.
Hey, wait.
I don't need to do anything in between. This is the one that matters.
No. Is there no argument for Spark? Is there?
No, there's not.
They haven't heard
No, there isn't.
Because they can improve.
They
can.
They get the upper bracket win.
They have Roy.
We could do
okay,
that.
look
maybe
at how
if
much
Changun was still there, maybe.
Look at how much the Spark improved after losing to the team owned by T1 on Comcast in 2021. Well, Hunters, leave, if you will, like the whole.
Are we unofficially calling Rhodes the Chengdu Hunters then, just in the context of this bracket?
No,
we're calling them we're calling them the team that advances to the mid-season madness.
I like that.
I would be all for that.
This is the one I actually have the biggest question mark on. Does Rhodes beat Dynasty? Based on what we've seen, the Chinese teams are very capable of doing that.
Yeah.
But a contenders team?
Dynasty is a contenders team.
Dynasty is pretty much a contenders team.
No, you didn't say that. Don't tell the Soul fans that. I don't care if you do. But
I will find a Soul fan directly and tell them that.
Hey, don't tell Dayback.
Prophet and Void are a couple of wasp balls.
Dayback's never heard this podcast before. This is a little secret.
No, get them on the line.
Just go. I don't have them on speed dial. I just have them on Twitter.
Get them on the podcast right
now. No, I've done something wrong, haven't I? The Dreamers goes up or Poker Face goes up. Poker Face has looked good, but I couldn't tell you why. I just think they look better than they did last contenders.
Now, I really want to say Dreamers because I'm quite a fan of this Dreamers squad, but logically Poker Face makes it through. But there is upset.
Here's how I see they make it.
Just on roster alone, Poker Face just wins, I think.
Yeah, I think that. I think those lower brackets.
Something about Finale Valentine just does something.
Yeah, I think that Rose can make it or don't.
Finale and Valentine are like the ultimate 1.5 players. They'll dominate contenders and then they will suck dick in the Overwatch League.
Yeah, just like Shockwave and Psycho.
Exactly.
I think I could see this happening, but correct me if I'm wrong. It does seem a bit odd to see Dreamers not be able to do a lower bracket run, given that they had to face the Charge. And maybe the Charge goes down to the lower bracket. We know how these things work, right?
This is the APAC region. Anything that is supposed to happen is not going to happen.
This is just... Of course, I'm just giving you just my perspective on this. I'd love to see you guys fill out.
O2 Blast are going to lose to Panther.
There's no way that actually happens.
Not with Fate.
This is APAC Owl. It's gonna happen.
Does Dreamers actually
everything that is supposed to happen in APAC Owl never happens.
Yeah, but
I actually can't see this happening, man. Soul Dynasty being Dreamers, though, maybe. Maybe they'd get the playoffs.
What happens in APAC stays in APAC.
double playoffs profit would be this kind of energy that this team gives off.
Double playoffs profit sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's the only reason this is even possible. And then they go even further. But who do they face?
Even
Hangzhou.
further beyond.
Yeah, they don't beat Spark.
They don't beat Spark.
Yeah, they just don't.
You just want the Hangzhou Guangzhou rematch, and guess who makes
the showdown?
The showdown.
It's all Jover.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just saying, Shy and League.
I do not care about G3 to G7 because this is just my default.
You can say Shy and leave, sure, but unfortunately, Jimmy.
I don't need to promote.
If Jimmy doesn't reproduce, then yeah, sure, Shy and leave. But if Jimmy reproduces, then Jimmy.
And then Soul Infernal takes it top here, right? Does that?
Oh yeah.
Not O2 Blast.
No man.
Not the other red team.
No, not O2 Blast.
Yo, O2
and then Dallas Fuel go make a lower bracket run, come back, and then win it. They surely third time's the charm.
In my heart of hearts, if Shanghai beats O2 Blast and it's a lower bracket match for elimination, I think we've got a playoffs flitter thing going on here, a playoffs Viper.
Flaps tank Fleta though.
Tank Flitter, yeah. The Flit Hank.
Hey, listen, Dante made it to the Pro Am finals.
That's different. That's
so Pro Am finals.
For one, that's Pro Am. Second, that's Dante. Third, this is Fleta on tank, trying to basically be duplicate Echo.
Yeah, Nari, I'm just waiting for your tank arc. That's all that needs to be proven here, that you can both cream on on Vegas Eternal, and then on another world or in another universe, you could also be a tank for Shanghai Dragons.
Could I be a tank?
Exquisite DPS skills. I don't know.
I could probably just be a Junker Queen for Dragons, because it's becoming very apparent that I don't think Fleta can do it.
Yeah, by pure historical evidence alone, contenders, O2 Blast against Dallas has to happen at some point.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Red team always wins in these matchups. Why?
Yeah.
The black and red team, then fine, you win. It's the red team.
No, I shrimply don't agree with this.
I just threw what was in here. If you think too hard, or if you try
playoffs, Dallas, I think will be activated here.
It depends on what patch they're playing, Nari. And what patch are they playing? I don't think it's the new one in Season 5. The mid-season patch isn't happening.
It's different. It's fine. They won on the old patch.
Yeah, honestly, all I can say is good luck.
I think it's winnable, personally.
Yeah, I'm just showing it how it is.
I think Playoff Sparkle will activate. How about that?
Playoff Sparkle?
Playoffs Hanbin.
Playoffs Hanbin, I believe in that. I should equally have the same faith in Playoff Sparkle, but I mean, it's the Soul Infernal. They haven't.
You never heard of Playoff Zest. You never heard of Playoff MN3. That has never happened. No one has ever said that.
One opening weekend.
You've never heard someone say Playoffs Fixa. Like, that just doesn't. That's not a sentence anyone has ever said.
Neither is Playoffs Belisarian. Where is he?
Exactly.
Where is he?
Yeah,
no one has ever said
I don't want to
playoffs
see Belisarian in the playoffs.
Honestly, Seoul should have just kept Simpras as their academy team, because that's literally all they are. And they're playing on the other bracket side, and they probably won't even be O2 Blast on that side. Historically, it could just fundamentally never, ever happen, or we get the upset because it's APAC. That kind of mentality here. It's just a blender, where sometimes you'll just stop at the right moment.
The real APAC result would be a team that's not from APAC winning.
Yeah, Rhodes.
China is not APAC. Confirmed.
China is not APAC. They're not even.
China is no longer APAC.
How would you
China is now EU, and there are now teams in the Overwatch League.
Honestly, they could play goats with the rest of them. Or Junker Queen goats, for that matter.
That's
my submission. If you guys want to upload yours, then feel free to send it to us on Twitter and ping me and Nari and Sans for your hot takes. With your
They don't even know what Sans' at is, bro.
We don't even know. I don't think none of us are
what do
ready.
you mean? My at is very simple. It's just fucking at mega 365455552.
Yeah. Bunch of numbers.
Yeah, that's right. The numbers are
With a
basically.
picture of Cleston.
Yeah, just Cleston. Sans likes Cleston. He likes
Cleston is
a lot.
the bestest. God, I miss him.
I mean,
He's
like,
not coming
who
back.
honestly has such a hard time trying to remember my
Hey, Void
Twitter
came back.
handle?
Void came
Void
back
did
because
come
he
back.
heard Prophet wanted him on his team. He's like, well, I can't say no to that.
Yeah,
Well,
but I still
yeah,
have
but
no argument as to why
Prophet's a
they
washed-up
don't
old
look
man.
good.
They're
So
both
was
a couple
Fury.
of washed-up old men.
And
Yeah,
Void
that's
was
why we
like, I
haven't
can
seen
dodge
Fury.
military
Listen,
service.
Emin Free and Zest can beg Roston for Cleston to come back. That's very possible.
There is
Okay,
a likelihood that
fine,
none
how
of
about-
these teams change at all.
Making it Sparkle to beg for effect to unretire. It's
And
the
what?
same thing.
Stop
Sparkle-
playing Apex?
Sparkle and Effect don't
You
know each other
monster.
personally.
It's like you want him to play a better game. Moving away from Apex like that, that's absurd. Why would he want to play a better game like Overwatch 2?
Money.
And it's on the table. Someone just needs to pick it up.
Give me
And
your
someone needs to
money.
pay the tab.
Kenobi, give me your wallet.
My wallet's empty. I bought a brand new monitor. There's no money in sight. Till next payday.
Or at least
How's
until
your
we get
wallet?
sponsored.
just make a bet on this bracket you've put together and see what happens.
Oh, you really think I should double
yeah.
down on it? The two red teams and the Charge and Spark Joe down for Group A and B brackets. Hell yeah. This is clearly the bracket of all time if this actually pays off. That could very well be a thing. Over the next few weeks, it's not really going to be enough time. Over the next few days, if I make a bet to the same degree that Sans has, over May 7th, you will know. You will absolutely know if my brackets have been busted. I will be in shambles.
Best 20 quid I ever spent.
It certainly was. I just want to see yet another upset, and it could happen. And this could just all be too much fairy crafting with little to no thought put into it. Because this is all happening in real time, baby. This is all live. Now, before I wrap up, do you think we got time for power rankings to wrap up today?
Yeah, I reckon we do.
Update power rankings
Zuzor.
after a 2-hour recording. Why not?
As is tradition.
Listen, for more people that keep watching, the more money we're making out monetize.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
the more money you're making, because it's linked to your account.
So the question today, before I get to those rankings, who wants to start Owl? Give me your first prediction. I want to go for a Chinese player every time, but it's not going to be Jimmy. He's already been guessed before.
I always start with Sparkle because he's got some
Aspire.
A sparkle. Aspire?
Aspire? A Sparkle. Aspire.
It's not going to be Aspire.
Now try actually don't try do Hanbin.
Yeah, see, look, you'd be smart. You'd be smart about it, Hanbin.
Hanbin.
Fine choice,
Right,
but it's not the right team.
All
so
right,
we only have to
take,
get 5 more now.
Magazine.
Mag?
Nah,
Mag
I'm listening to none of y'all. Mag.
I said
Clearly.
Mag. Should have
Oh!
listened.
You're dumb.
Stupid.
No, I ain't stupid. That's playing
Me
smart.
when I ignore my co-hosts.
Come on. Your co-hosts are good. I just wanted to make sure you didn't take all the thunder. That's a free.
Both of
And
us
you know where
said
you can
Mag,
publish all your
like,
owls.
Iggy.
Post all your owls on the Guangzhou Charge Discord. We actually have a daily routine of actually posting our scores. If you bust it, we pin it. If you don't get the answer within the 8 guesses, you are enshrined into Hall of Fame. Or
Wait, I
infamy.
tried to do
Oh,
the
shit.
owl and put Mag in, and it's just incorrect. It's just incorrect.
What?
Which is really
Yeah,
funny.
get wrecked.
What? Oh wait, no. This is because the New Zealand owl in
Oh yeah, it's a different time.
So some of you little exclusives there who are watching this, you've just been spoiled tomorrow's owl.
Oh,
That's why
no.
it's 21 hours away. Next one for me. So I already have given it to everybody. This 4 at 8. Which honestly is a good score. West is way too hard. There'll be too many Korean players, too many outside of different countries, including Europe and Americas. So this is really good. That's a spot on. If you get over 5 on the East Division, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember what the URL was. Was it this one here? Yeah, I think I might have a preload. That's the preload. Chengdu Hunters still sitting at the bottom. That's unfortunate. Paris Eternal, they're still missing their logo for some reason. But yeah, how much of this has actually changed since we last talked about it?
Quite a lot. I mean, for starters, we gotta move the Infernal and Titans up a little bit. We gotta move the Spitfire way down.
Let's start with some really obvious ones. Florida Mayhem is sitting way up here, if not already here.
Shock, get the Shock down.
Yeah, Shock needs to
no,
all the way down.
Yeah.
How much lower can we go with Shock? Let's find out.
All right. Well, let's start by putting Spitfire.
Can we actually region break this?
Do you think a region break's appropriate?
Yeah, it's.
No, I think it's funner to keep them both in the same region.
Yeah, and
also,
look,
Gladiators. All right,
the mentality.
Get the Mayhem below Gladiators because Gladiators beat them. Move Dallas down.
That's what you're going off.
Wait, whose wise idea was it to have Defiant in the top 4?
That was a group decision. Let's put it that way. I love democracy. Are they this low or a little higher? Washington has gone up. Washington? Downsize?
Yeah. I think. All right, let's just start with like the solid bottom 3 being like Vegas, Valiant, and London.
Yeah.
I think that's
Valiant's better than London. Am I hearing that?
Tier break.
Nope. London took a map off Mayhem. They're not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I need reminding.
This is fine.
All right, I think we've put like.
We worked that way from the top down.
So there's the tier break, and then put Shanghai.
Huh? No, I think Dynasty is worse than the Dragons.
Really?
Yes, I do. I
haven't seen it though.
Dynasty at least got a map on the field. Shanghai didn't even.
It's so better than Boston.
Yeah,
not
but
in Shambles,
I mean,
but
Seoul is not better than Boston. That is just not.
You're not in that universe either. Okay, cool. I'm with you on that.
I'm Dr. Boston Downfall, and even I can say better than Boston.
Yeah,
but just call it a downfall. To go from where a lot of preseason people were up here.
No,
Shanghai is not better than Boston either.
Yeah, just put Boston above Shanghai as well. Wait, how bad do we think in Defiant are? Because I think Defiant are like.
I'm pretty low on them. Area. I don't think they come.
They're lower than New York, honestly. How close was their game?
Not it's very close actually. It's a map 5, remember?
Maybe New York.
No, yeah, I was thinking it was a 3-0. That was a wrong.
No, it's a map 5. It only barely.
I'm trying to debate whether Shock and Defiant are bad or New York is just good.
New York almost reverse sweeped.
Yeah.
Against Toronto, and then they won in the final map, and then Shock reverse
Uprising.
New York.
That sounds pretty rational.
Shock better than Uprising. I'd say that.
They don't go any lower, is what I'm thinking. But they're not higher than Justice after what we saw.
I think we just take swap Mayhem and Outlaws. I'd say. I think Outlaws are.
I don't think the Outlaws are that good.
I think the top tier belongs exclusively to Reign and Outlaws as of this moment.
I don't think Outlaws are.
I don't know what you're on about.
I mean, I'd be happy with the top tier being exclusive to.
I think Reign. You're smoking Shaft.
Can we put anyone else in that S tier? Like,
No.
No, that's not the wrong one. I picked up the wrong one. It was a missed input.
No.
Yeah, you're not feeling it? Uh-huh. At least this is good to me.
I mean, Mayhem did lose 2 maps to a Valiant, and they lost to the Gladiators. So I don't think they have the S tier privilege.
This is an S tier, remember? That's S tier.
No, I know that. I'm saying Mayhem does not have S tier privilege. I think the top tier should be just exclusive to Atlanta, and you should have like Houston at a close second.
This is scary close to
I don't think Houston is close. I don't think Houston is as good as you think they are.
I don't think Dallas is gonna be above Soul Infernal, right? Is that something that you can agree with, Nari?
I think Dallas is below the Titans. I said it.
You're wrong, and you're wrong.
Well, I mean, I wish we could see, but I don't think it's qualifying.
I don't think the standings will really support that, right?
Well, I mean, how many maps did Dallas win against Boston?
I just want to see the maps in general.
That is a dumb brain dead take.
No, listen, Titans won more maps against Boston than Dallas, and Titans lost an equal amount of maps to Boston than Dallas. So it's just basic statistics.
Glaz has
Dallas. This year's Dallas has not played against this year's Boston or Titans.
And yeah, I bet they're above that. They could be lower though.
I think just a tank diff is the thing.
I think having Houston anywhere below 3 when they're performing this way currently, like they have improved so hard.
Define this way. Define that.
That is the way. Plus 7 match differential. Strong strength for schedule. When they actually fight someone that's good. When they have to fight someone hard, they don't look that as good. And
they had one actually tough opponent, and it was Atlanta.
No, Gladiators, they smoked them. They smoked them.
Yeah, you know why? Because Gladiators are trash. Because the Gladiators aren't even competing with the Mayhem.
They beat the Mayhem.
You know who else smoked the Gladiators? Atlanta.
Yeah, because Atlanta is the top team, just like the Outlaws.
As exactly as a profit.
I know.
Got a map on the Gladiators.
I know it's in your blood to hate the Outlaws.
Well, naturally.
You just can't.
They just don't look that good, though. Is my thing. They just don't look as good as you're like making them out to be. I just don't think that they are that clean of a team.
No, I mean, I can agree that they're not like the most meta-proof team of all time. I mean, they've got a great backline. They've got a good damage line. Happy is certainly proving me wrong by absolutely popping off on Sombra. But, like...
The second the Queen meta drops, Houston is the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, Hanbin himself said that Fearless's Junker Queen was his own, but Rush just preferred Hanbin's playstyle.
Well, the thing is, I doubt Fearless is gonna even like play Queen over Gargoyle in like Houston. Like,
you doubt that a Junker Queen who has been hailed equal to Hanbin is not gonna play over fucking Gargoyle.
I guess it just depends on scrims, I guess.
I don't think Gargoyle is getting any play to Sigma.
Yeah, I don't know why he's here either. I think it's just for Rialto.
Nah, he's just like a 6-man slot.
He's there to play Diva.
Yeah.
Pretty much all he's good for.
I'm not trying to act like the Outlaws are meta, but in this meta, where Winston is so prominent, and Fearless is popping off, and the backline's popping off, and the damage line's popping off, having them below the top 2 is just disrespectful, objectively.
I think it's accurate.
They're the only team to take a map off Atlanta, and to take the objective best team in the league so far to their, well, not even to their limits, but as far as they've ever been.
They beat them on the first map and then got their shit pushed in the rest of the match.
Getting their shit pushed in is
that's basically It's like it's the same. It's like a warm-up map for Atlanta, pretty much.
No, Hollywood was close, and like Esperanza, I believe, was not a complete stomp.
Esperanza wasn't that close. It was like a 60-meter difference.
Yeah, I know, but it
93 to 35.
It. Oh. Okay, I must have watched a different match. But like Houston were more competitive against the best team than anyone else has been. And that just cannot be glanced over. And I think.
See, what does Atlanta's schedule look like? Let's see. Shock, Gladiators, Vancouver, Valiant. As if they've had an opponent that could hold a candle to them besides Houston.
Shock. I mean, I want to say that Shock or not.
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't. But like Gladiators are not a bad team. They beat the Mayhem. Like, you can only just pull up the scores for Gladiators versus Mayhem because I don't. Because
2-0 Lijiang and then literally 0.01 meter on New Queen Street. And then like a 2-1 Helios. It was very close.
It was a very close game, but you're acting like the Gladiators that can't keep up with the Mayhem when they beat them in a very close series.
I didn't say the Gladiators couldn't keep up with the Mayhem. I'm saying that Houston's schedule was very terrible.
You said the Gladiators were trash. I'm pretty sure a trash team should not be able to keep up with the Mayhem. Well, Valiant did, so you know. A trash team shouldn't be able to beat the Mayhem. Is what I'm saying. I think it's just being disrespectful. Granted, Dante tank. Hey, what the hell is Infernal doing below Spark? Get them a little higher.
Sparker, yeah. No, that works. That's roughly where they belong.
Sometimes you just go with the no aim Kenobi brain, and this is what comes up. This is pretty balanced.
I think charge over Outlaws.
Charge above Outlaws. Yeah. Not above Mayhem?
I think it's just like
what? Wait, why do you have charge
Jimmy? When Jimmy is fornicating, looks better than when Pelican or Happy are fornicating. The DPS line is just way stronger, and it's not even that close. Houston's DPS line is their weakest point.
They have Happy and Pelican.
It's Pelican.
Yeah, exactly. Happy's mid. Pelican is good, I guess.
Happy.
You guess?
Happy is not at a good showing, I don't think.
No, Washington maybe. When he was there last year.
Dude, when Happy was on the Gladiators, like he was actually off Sombra because his Sombra on the Gladiators wasn't exactly the greatest. But when he got to play Sojourn, that guy was absolutely pounding once he got properly integrated, particularly against Vegas and Reign, though. And then during the Countdown Cup, he was playing good, and during the whole playoff stint, he was playing really well on Sojourn when he actually forced Kevster off of her and onto Reaper.
I'm still just not convinced. Have we balanced out Mayhem correctly? Sometimes I'm starting to question it, even though they've got the standings to back it up. They are number 2 by plus 10. That's a big lead.
They lost 2
Not
maps.
Atlanta ain't big, but yeah, they.
I don't think. Well, the thing is, Florida's strength of schedule has also not been that good. Valiant, London, Toronto, Vegas.
I honestly don't think Florida should have lost a match.
Yeah,
a game
against. Florida had no business making having the Valiant or the London game like that competitive. I think.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have dropped Shambhala, and they shouldn't have even they should not have dropped those 2 maps of Valiant. They should not have even. That shouldn't have even been a thing that happened.
So you reckon still just where the middle is concerned, Vancouver Titans over Dallas. Nari, I'm assuming you say no. You would object to that.
Obviously not.
I'm objecting to. Well, I'm objecting to Dallas above the Vancouver Titans. So we're in a bit of a pickle there.
Well,
Hey, Kenobi, who's your favorite?
I shrimply think Tank Gap.
You guys gonna try to like bribe me?
Yeah, I
sincerity,
think Tank Gap
loyalty.
as well. I think Tank Gap as well. No, I'm glad.
Yeah, Hanbin is better than Punk.
Punk is the GOAT. I'm glad we agree.
No, man, no, man.
Hey, how many player of the matches did Han be this season? Just refresh my brain.
Here, let's check. How many has Punk gotten? Punk has gotten 1. Edison has gotten both.
See?
Yeah.
If anything, that just means DPS too.
Well, I mean,
sorry,
Aspire.
who?
Aspire is
Aspire's gotten 1. Edison's gotten 2.
Yeah, how many has Spark?
Oh yeah, but
no other Titans players. It's just Punk and Aspire.
Hello, Lenny time.
He has not gotten to play of the match,
everyone in the bottom 10 easily. So that's why I'm quite happy with the fact that they've placed this far up.
I think Sparkle wins a Tracer 1v1 against Lenny.
A Tracer?
I strongly disagree now. When you put it that way, nah, man. Lenny Caesar's popping. He will go ham on Sparkle.
You cannot watch Sugar Free's Tracer on any map, on any VOD, and then say he'll lose to Sparkle of all heroes, of all players.
There you go.
You know, other APAC DPS like Leave, Zest, you know, Choice A1, maybe Prophet. All right, well, yeah, that's because Sparkle is Dr. Genji. You know, what are you
Dr. Genji? Well, that's a new one.
That's not Lenny's fault. It's just Sparkle being that guy as Genji. You know, but I don't think Sparkle beats Lenny on any other hero. I think with this meta heavily favoring Tracer over Genji, I would take the Titans. And even then, Lenny's Genji is no slouch.
I think you would have to depend on the map pool, honestly. It depends on the
support gap.
It's always going to be Esperanza.
That's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
that change where I put Dallas Fuel though, I don't know.
No, I think it's just more Faith.
Much
I mean, I think Bliss is better than Faith, but I don't think MCD is better than Crimzo.
Yeah, I think the gap between Crimzo MCD is higher than the gap between Bliss and Faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
So it would have to rely on Edison to keep himself alive, pretty much, which is just not going to happen.
Yeah, and it also depends whether he gets to play Sojourn or not.
Yeah, that's also true.
And even then, Aspire is just great on Sojourn. He's more.
But is he Edison?
I think he can be. Yeah, I think as long as I
don't reckon.
Well, if he gets if you put Aspire in the fucking 2022 Dallas Fuel, he can be Edison.
He could literally beat Edison, just rename himself on the Vancouver Titans. Yeah, that would make you Edison.
That's exactly what it can be.
But he doesn't need to be there. He can be Aspire.
Why is Mayhem still second?
Just let that sink in. Should they be second?
Okay, how about this? Guangzhou over Florida.
Guangzhou over Florida.
I'm shutting
Guangzhou over Florida. Houston over Florida.
No objections. Bam.
No, I think.
And then Houston over Florida. And then Houston over Florida. And then Houston.
Yeah, theoretically, this does make sense. Not that.
Yeah.
There. That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with this.
Why is Infernal rated so low after beating the Charge?
I don't know where Seoul is other than up in the top 5 here. I definitely think that they're well above
you know what? This
a
is
lot
fine,
of Western
actually.
teams.
This is great.
I know this is making me go chef's kiss, but there must be one thing missing here. I just don't think I can point it out, or if there is anything to point out anymore. Is Shock too high? Is Seoul too low?
Hear me out.
I think there's a tier break between Shock and Boston. if there is any more tier breaks.
Well, actually, I think the tier break should be like here, if anything, so separate the lower brackets some more.
No, Defiant are not that bad.
I have one.
They're not that completely out of luck.
So do you see the tier break? Do you see the tier break of Paris and Chengdu?
Yes, I can bring that up.
Reverse Paris and Chengdu.
Oh no, you didn't. Then what? You want me to make this a little bit more open and split it down?
I think Casper the Friendly Ghost would look better than Mouthful.
No, if you've got more, I mean you could just put both Paris and Chengdu in the unsorted teams.
Yeah, that
they're literally
works,
hidden.
Actually. Yeah, and then put.
They
don't
even
Vegas
have a brand.
Yes, they don't exist
Paris, now. Yeah, they really don't exist.
And then take the bottom tier break and put it in between Boston and Shock.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Boston and Shock.
Oh, not that one. Not that one.
That makes sense. There we go. Yeah. That makes sense. But I still have to include...
wild? Yeah. Is it wild for me to... Yeah, sorry. Is it wild for me to think that Defiant beats Boston in a head-to-head?
Not even close.
I mean, we already saw that, didn't we?
Yeah, we have come to an understanding if they played a match and they didn't win, they're not going higher than that, buddy.
Yeah.
Did we not already see Toronto and Boston occur?
I really don't think a rematch
Toronto and Boston not already happened?
Yeah, but it was a pro-am.
Oh, yeah,
there was an upcoming match.
Which means it didn't count.
Yeah, but at the same time, that was against Boston possibly at their peak. You know, before they boom. You know, now their mentals are boomed, their wages are docked. You know, they might lose a match to Vegas. That would be really funny if they did.
Even play against Vegas?
I just need it at this point.
Yeah, they play against Vegas.
They do. It's the first match of the next week.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really funny if this all comes full circle and Mouthful gets player of the match against
Gladiators Vegas is next week as well. Oh my god.
Oh no, Vegas and Shambles from either Lock Solid.
I don't know if either of you two know this, but I think I was watching one of Dante's streams last month, and he said that he said he was going to request to play DPS against the Vegas Eternal.
Oh no!
Yes.
And and they'd be putting Kevster on tank.
What? They're losing that. Let's go. There's no way. When they
I'm so enthusiastic. They gotta win these. No, you gotta have who else?
No,
Hunter. They need to put Hunter on the break. Put Hunter on break.
Hear me.
Hunter on break. It's happening. No. Contenders. Bring it into our.
Wait, then who? Wait, no. Hear me out. So you have a so you have Kai Dante, right? Kai Dante. No. Yaki tank. Because Yaki plays
Why would you ever put Kevster on the bench?
No, Kevster
because Yaki plays Echo, and it's the same thing as Fleta tank.
No, Kevster plays Echo as well.
Yeah, but Yaki plays Echo as well.
Yeah, but
who plays it better? I don't think it's Yaki.
I have more faith in Yaki's, personally.
I have Yaki on Flitank better than Fleta.
Yes.
Better than Fleta. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Kevster.
Do you... Where's the Jake clip? Where is it?
You got
of like Jake casting... No, it was like
Yaki?
Jake casting a duplicate.
What the Yaki 3K shadow?
Yeah, and Jake's casting. Has Kevster ever done that?
I think I can... Well, no, but at the same time, I don't think Kevster League.
Hold on, it's just cutting out.
Hold on, I found it.
Thanks, Sophie, for giving us Yaki's commentary on this triple echo, which looks glorious in 720p. In Yaki's words, the enemy team was just trying to push. Our team was blocking them by using some of our alts. Gargoyle and Sigma, Gargoyle made the call to go in with his ult. And then
why is the Florida Mutineers logo in the bottom right?
Because they're owned by the same...
I know it's the same thing, but like...
It is a surprise, to be sure. Not necessarily a bad one, but it just doesn't seem like it's meant to be there. The Florida Mutineers, yet another Overwatch League team. in the works.
That's my favorite one.
Yes, sir. My favorite blue colors. Oh, right. Fate actually does speak English in this.
I would love
You
to
won't be able
hear.
it. Oh, no, you won't want to hear that.
And just back into the white room when they come.
that bad?
So,
No.
and
Just don't have any reason to play it.
You're just
we bait
insulting
them
his
into the
English.
Point a little bit. And
Wow.
I just get nano.
I expected better from you.
I dive in.
No, I expected
pretty deep.
better from Mayhem. They should have put subtitles in for everyone, even the English speakers.
We kill.
You gotta be accessible.
And we win. The fight.
No.
See, I didn't understand a word that was said there because I didn't have subtitles.
That's cap.
Yeah, what if you
I personally can't understand a word because it's muted. So
Yeah, so you get what I say? Subtitles
yeah,
are the most
I
accessible
actually
thing
can't
ever.
hear anything.
There really is no audio for in your channel. What if I just made up that there was any audio in the first place? Anyways,
Oh.
that sounds like this is kind of sealed now. Just have one more last look at it.
Okay,
Paris
hear
doesn't
me
even get
out.
to make it out of the
Uh oh.
Hear
The
me
sans
out.
crack pipe.
Do we have one
Infernal
more?
second. Infernal second.
Oh, hell no.
You know
I
what?
ain't doing
Fine.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're already in
yeah.
the second tier. You're in the second bracket with all the top teams.
Infernal over.
Well, yeah,
Let's do it.
You're in the first half. Soul
and
Infernal?
Guangzhou. Yeah, see?
Actually, no,
beating
yeah, this is
Guangzhou?
great. This is great.
All right, I can
actually, this
accept
is
that.
Second
good.
place in the second bracket.
I can also
Alright.
accept this.
I accept Guangzhou top 3. Easy as that. Save it. And yeah, look, there's nowhere to
Alright,
be
now
found.
post
All
this
20
on
teams.
Twitter
It's so funny to see
Fix
the
the
tier
season.
brackets.
I think you need
Top
who,
five,
which
Middlesex,
owl
and
which
bottom.
member of Plat Chat should you add in this?
Avril.
Yeah, at Avril
No,
because he'll take it
no.
the most seriously out of everyone.
Yeah, that's the problem. He will take it seriously. He doesn't care. He'll see it
Which is
and
why
have a
you
good
should
laugh.
do it.
Okay. Back to editing? No way. We're already uploading that one to the Twitter now.
Oh god, that's an
Week
abomination.
3 power rankings right here. Wait, oh, that is not the image I wanted. This just doesn't paste over properly. But yeah, I think I can just post that, and then we can just wrap it up for today. Unless there's anything
Well,
else.
no,
I missed.
we still need, no, we still you missed, you did miss one thing.
Yeah.
We need to promote my video.
Share the video. I'll do it. I'll do it.
My video.
What is your video? Tell everyone.
It's
Listening.
the one that you said you were gonna put on the stream last time.
I may have promised that, but I didn't have it on me.
Well, I have it on me.
All right.
Discussion topics video.
I mean, what other video could it possibly be? It's not that Nari. Don't get them confused.
No.
This is Nari.
There you go. Is that a fucking Frogger fan cam?
Yeah, the Frogger fan cam.
Where is it? It's
Several
gotta be around
mentions.
here somewhere. There it is.
All right, but I ain't playing any of the audio. You know that.
Yeah, well, it is copyrighted, so that's probably the better idea.
So I
It is
assume that
hilariously copyrighted.
is that you pretty in power?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Guess you just have to work harder, huh?
Shrimple.
Skill issue.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah. What's the background music that I can sing along to this? Bow. Super kind of Mamba Lucy. Bow.
No. Nah.
Well, you got something better?
I mean, well, the actual song, but like I said, hilariously copyrighted.
Comically so. That was actually.
I mean, it
really wrong.
won't take
Why
down
did
the
he jump?
stream.
Good lord.
I don't know.
This is you on Brigitte?
Oh, coming from my spot.
Yeah, that was me on Brigitte.
I'm just looking at the kill feed for all this, but yeah, I can tell you this is a good video. I'm totally pirating this. No, am I just putting this on stream?
Woo!
This isn't gonna bring anyone to your video. I'm showing it to everyone.
It's fine.
Well, I appreciate it. This is actually you gotta love it. I get one right from spawn. Dang.
I love 316 people.
Yeah, no, you get a real kick out of it. I've seen that 360 and your immediate reaction. Through the trees.
Oh, through the
walls.
trees. Oh, what a great Vietnam.
I would have been great in Vietnam.
Hey.
Hey.
That's my one.
Hey.
This is what I like to call the Sojourn section in Premiere. It was just all Sojourn, because I label it with like heroes, like colors.
Yeah.
So that was just the Sojourn section.
When I try to capture replays, I actually put in the replay code. So if I need to get it at a better angle, if I want to do the whole footage, I just have that in the file name. Some smart ways that you can try to record all your footage, especially if when it gets deleted or reset. You just put the replay code into the file name. Make your life easier. Oh, Dragon Blade time. Once again, can never have enough Dragon Blade. Ooh. Weirdo. Using sights.
Okay, Sombra.
Dink. Was that actually
She was
invisible?
Yeah, she was invisible.
No high noon required. Just heads.
That was in leg day pugs, that last clip. That was in
Ladies
leg day
and gentlemen,
pugs.
Nari herself. I don't know.
Yeah.
The claps probably
Subscribe.
didn't come through.
You're already subscribed.
Yeah, you know what? I must subscribe again. Wait, that's not how it works.
Turn on post notifications.
What a fraudulent fan.
I don't need this. I don't need to be called out like this. This episode is in shambles with the kind of preds that I'm posting. The ones that we have on the power rankings, we'll get that up shortly, so make sure you retweet that. Love it. Like it. That goes to all the viewers in the future from 2028 when they find out that Atlanta Reigns still has yet to win a championship.
That's so true, actually.
So stay tuned.
It's so funny to think about.
Another episode, another World Cup interview guest to have on board in the coming weeks. So we'll see you then. Thanks, everyone. Catch you next Overwatch League broadcast.
Bye.